Before the digital pen, there was standard pencil and paper for the writing process to be accessed by many people on a global scale. The digital pen allows information to be sent electronically to a computer or personal gadgets. The writing process of pencil and paper differs from the digital pen by being written, and if you want that information to be digital, you have to type it on a computer or computer-like devices. With pencil and paper, there has been a significant difference in communication, education, and human ingenuity in the world. The digital pen was introduced to the world to be similar in the influence of the pencil and paper. The digital pen is supposed to be an invention that will slowly surpass the pencil and paper over time. Since the introduction of the digital pen, there has been a high demand by artists and people of other professions. The demand for the pen is due to the technology provided by the digital age, the difference that it has done to writing, drawing, and journalism. People use technology for a multiple of reasons, to their specific purposes and needs. The people that are creative enough with the technology can possibly create a career if they use the digital pen to make it possible. The way the digital pen works is basically it takes photos of what you write and convert it to digital codes. For the digital pen to function, you need grid paper specifically designed for the pen's technology. On the grid paper, it has tiny dots that your pen strokes will hit, and then the CPU will process that information to be saved as coordinates. The camera will capture 100 pictures a second to get the most precise information as possible and be accurate in the saving process. The coordinates that is processed by the CPU will be data to be sent to the transmitter in the writing process of sending it to the external devices. The technology in the pen that allows the screen version of the writing to be identical to the written copy is the pen sensor. The sensor measures the nib pressure and the angle of writing to ensure what is appearing on the screen is the perfect replica as the original. The maximum storage of the digital pen is 40 letter-sized pages of documents. The information has to be sent wirelessly by Bluetooth technology to an external device like a smartphone. The Bluetooth has to be connected to a device that can pick up the wireless signal and be able to store the data of your writing. In the era of the Renaissance, artists were inspired by individualism and humanism and took into account these principles to make art. These principles were not directly inspired by ideals, but also the will of the artists to establish themselves as a figure of their own creation. The art process during this time was precise and took a great time to achieve. In contrast, the digital art field today contains a new genre of art which is derived from other art forms and fused together. For example, some artists used to spend great amount of time in nature to paint a landscape, while today you can use technology to capture a picture. If you wanted to, you could change the format of the picture to establish your art. Even though modern art has gotten easier with technology, you still cannot forget the foundations upon which art was formed. The technological change brought by the digital pen has transformed the art community to a revolution in technology. The changes consist of more options online at your disposal and the features of making art, and a faster connection to the art file through digital information to the internet. Some of the options available to the public by private companies on a digital pen can provide you with undoing a mistake on your artwork, or copy and paste from previous pieces of art of yours to the most recent ones. With the digital pen, software and apps have been launched and been introduced to the public for art as a hobby or livelihood. In the process of learning how to write, there has always been the pencil and paper. There will be soon a newer device that will surpass the pencil, which is the digital pen. The digital pen has tremendous results in the fluency of handwriting, especially in children. The results show that children had improved letter recognition and the phonological awareness in their handwriting. When it came to students learning how to write, the digital pen provided direct feedback to the children by telling them what mistakes occurred and a solution for those mistakes. With the children writing with the digital pen, their posture is modified by themselves to adjust to the sensitive technology to not disrupt their experience. The digital pen has proved itself to be a vital learning tool in handwriting, but also a very useful technological achievement in education. Before the printing press was invented, the only way to print and make several copies of official documents and literature was to write by hand. With the existence of the print press, it allowed more copies of official documents and books to have a greater access to the public. This also allowed a greater change for increased communication, in which the age of journalism began. Back then, journalism was newspaper-based and consisted of government control by the Catholic Church. However, the age of journalism has changed from mainly print to being mostly available online through blogs and online newspapers. The digital pen could be the invention that could allow journalists to take the writing to a totally new level. Their experience would be with ease by directly writing their story to be sent to the computer wirelessly. The digital pen will save a multitude of time by people being able to edit directly after they just wrote it and be able to edit on the computer without typing it. The digital pen allows the journalist to have many avenues to consider when it comes to writing. The types of options they have at their disposal are writing the story as they go and edit it later, or simply write down all their notes to write later. With the digital pen at their fingertips, the journalists can express their objectives faster and get their published works to the greater public. The increased editing process will allow the editors of the company to oversee the works for 100% legit facts quicker than previously done. The due dates for the story will not be overdue, but early enough that the company will appreciate better, with everything running smooth. The digital pen will eventually surpass the pencil and transform the different areas of life that it affects to better for the future. The digital pen will always have upgrades that will allow the process to be better and more beneficial to the public. In the future to come, the digital pen could have so many applications to better our future that what types of applications will be unknown. There might be so many to count that people have to develop the applications themselves. In conclusion, the digital pen already changes our lives as we know it to be, but the future it still has many possibilities that the digital pen could be obsolete someday.